BYDFi is a crypto exchange on desktop and mobile where you can spot trade, futures trade, use leverage tokens, and copy the trades of top traders. If you sign up with the link in the description, you get a free $100 when you deposit $100. There's hundreds of crypto available on their spot exchange, as well as a free test account so you can practice futures trading without getting wrecked. BYDFi. Hello everybody, welcome back. We've got a sea of red flooding the markets, all markets, which is nice to see because we've got a bit of symmetry is what we want to see. So all markets behaving the same. It's as a result of what happened yesterday with the talks of recession in the US. And today at some point, I can't exactly remember the time, but at some point the Bank of England are going to talk about raising rates. They're going to make a decision, 0.25 or 0.5. So it's going to have an effect on the Dixie. To be fair, if we just like stand back and admire all the charts, they're all still quite bullish. We're looking at the S&P 500 futures market here, and we're about to tag the 200 exponential and simple moving average on the 4-hourly, so that's only a tiny little bit away from where we're at right now. That's just another 0.5% really before American markets even open. So it looks like a buy the dip opportunity, not for a long term but for a short term trade. And again, tight stop losses if that's something that you're looking to do. The reason I'm looking at that is because I'm thinking if all markets have got symmetry at the moment, then we'll all be looking to see a bounce around here, especially if the Bank of England decide to raise rates. We'll see what happens anyway. We'll see what happens. If you just look at the Dixie as well, we've got a descending triangle that we've been in for quite a while now, and we're still within it. So that tags ever so slightly above where we're at right now, 103.2. It's probably look for a rejection around there as well. So look, we've started off the day red. I imagine we'll see some upside towards the end of the day. Not talking like massive reversals or anything, but you know, this is the direction that we're going in. So a little bit further more in our current trajectory, and then a bit of a bounce. So if that's what's going on in traditional markets, and they all look the same to me, then we should probably imagine the same thing take place with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's not even tagged that area, that 28,500 that we've had on the horizon for a while now. So if we do hit that, it's ever so small really in the size of a Bitcoin move. That's only just around a 2% move from where we're at right this very moment in time. So that wouldn't be a problem, and actually probably look for a reaction around there, even if it's just a rubbish reaction back up to a 200 simple or exponential moving average, so a death cross retest around 29,500, maybe even back up to 30,000 before a rejection. Seems reasonable to me. Look, it could break and carry on from there. Absolutely, it definitely could. But you know, if we're looking at trend and strength of trend and momentum, it still looks like it wants to continue to go down. So the best thing you could hope for would be a bounce and a death cross retest on either a simple or an exponential moving average. Same thing's more or less going on for Ethereum, so just have a look at that real quick. So yeah, basically the same old deal here. So Ethereum's like basically a carbon copy of Bitcoin's chart, and with less volatility to it actually. So we're heading down on this one. The deeper response would be down at 17,000. So we're quite a fair way away from that already. The death cross is tight, but it is diverging. If we were to bounce from, let's just say, the bottom of these wicks, or ever so slightly lower than that, up to a 200 exponential, we're talking basically 3.2%, and a simple moving average back up to about 4%. It's a small move, so Bitcoin's still the leader when it comes to potential moves and the size of the moves. It's dominating and dictating the rest of the market. That's not to like undermine some of those other altcoins that we looked at recently, like Chainlink and BNB. They're really good for their long-term potential. They're definitely really good for investment perspective, but trading, it's really a Bitcoin business at the moment. So let's have a look at the weekly on Bitcoin to see what's going on that. So you can see still the reaction took place on the 200. So no, it's not. Sorry, it's the Bollinger Band Center. So even better. So line in the sand for us there. It still highlights the idea that 28,500 is like a major support where we would want to see some sort of significant reactions from it. I'm just going to take it to the euro now, just back to the euro on the weekly. So this area that we're at on the small term timeframes is not really much of an area at all, but on the higher term timeframes like a weekly, we are also hitting the 200. I keep calling it the 200. I mean the 20 weekly on the euro here. So again, you know, if you're looking to buy like a dip or expect a reaction, should we say, because we use euro as a barometer of health in all markets, just because it has such an inverse effect on the Dixie, then this would be the area, again, similar to Bitcoin's line in the sand, really. While above it, you're 65% more likely to remain above it, and this is about as best as you can ask for when you come down to retest it. So Should be looking for a reaction around here. If we do close below this 20 weekly, same thing with Bitcoin, the sentiment will change and we'll be looking for further downside, probably more of a correction, consolidation over a longer period of time, maybe a month or two, maybe into, maybe even into the fourth quarter. But like I say, we're looking at things on a weekly. They take a while to even spit out their particular direction, but that's what it would mean to me. It means that the bears would be in control, with the 65% more likely to remain with the downside. So at the moment, there is every single hope that we do bounce from here, even if it is just for one last bounce before a correction, which is definitely overdue. But for the moment, we'll wait and see how today finishes. But if there were to be a position to be taken in anything right now, and I literally mean anything, it would probably be a long or a spot position to be taken more or less right now, with a bit of hopium and fingers crossed that things do bounce from here. Because like I say, there is a good chance that we do. 65% is not the best statistic out there, but it's better than the other side of it. So it's still the odds are in favour of upside from this moment in time, based on the Euro, S&P, and Bitcoin as well. So yeah, we woke up red. We should finish green, and I imagine tomorrow will be green, but it's still only 65% likelihood of that, which isn't the greatest odds. If that was if you were given the odds of surviving a deadly disease of 65%, you wouldn't feel particularly comfortable about it. But it's better than 50 or less. So like I say, the odds are in favour of further upside from here. Anyway, let's sit back, watch and wait for American markets to open. We'll see what the Bank of England say later on today, and we'll see if that has an effect on the Dixie to alleviate all markets. All right, thank you for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.